Imagine a world where your thoughts shape your reality. Welcome to the law of attraction. Like a magnet, your mind draws in what it focuses on. Think success, attract success. Crave happiness, harness happiness. It's not magic, it's mental power. Remember, you're the artist of your life's canvas. Paint it with positivity and watch the masterpiece unfold. So, how will you shape your world today? Welcome to Thangs, seekers of truth and manifestors of reality. Are you ready for a deep dive into the law of attraction? Is it the universe's secret key to fulfilling your deepest desires, or a misunderstood concept wrapped in mystique? Today, we unravel the layers of this intriguing principle, exploring its origins, scientific debates, and practical applications. Let's embark on a journey to discover how thoughts can shape our reality and if the universe truly conspires to bring our desires to life. Understanding the law of attraction. The law of attraction is a philosophical concept that has garnered much interest and debate in recent decades. In simplified terms, it asserts that human beings have the power to attract things, events, and circumstances into their lives through their thoughts, beliefs, and focus. According to this principle, our thoughts and emotions radiate out into the universe, attracting back to us experiences that are of a similar frequency. Thus, positive thoughts and emotions are said to attract positive manifestations, while negative thoughts and feelings tend to attract undesirable outcomes. While this basic premise may seem simplistic on the surface, the law of attraction philosophy contains nuanced complexities and has wide-ranging implications if valid. It challenges predominant societal views on human potential and causality. Supporters claim that by mastering one's thoughts and mental state, a person can consciously create their subjective reality rather than being subjected to arbitrary external forces. However, critics argue that the law lacks scientific support and promotes magical thinking over personal responsibility. Understanding the origins, key principles, supporting evidence, and criticisms are crucial to unraveling the debate over this controversial doctrine. The law of attraction concept traces back thousands of years, with roots in Hermeticism, Hinduism, Buddhism, and New Thought. But it was not until the late 19th century that the terminology became widespread through the New Thought movement, particularly via the work of authors like William Walker Atkinson. However, the concept was popularized on a massive scale in 2006 following the release of Rhonda Byrne's film, The Secret, which claimed the law was a science and the key to life fulfillment. This mainstream spotlight sparked polarized reactions, propelling the law of attraction to international prominence. According to The Secret and derivative works, the law operates through three key principles: ask, believe, receive. By asking the universe for what one wants, believing completely that it will happen, and being open to receiving it, a person can manifest their desires into reality. Relinquishing skepticism and cultivating an attitude of positivity, optimism, and gratitude is crucial. Detractors consider this perspective ungrounded in science and akin to magical thinking, but proponents believe quantum physics and psychology support the possibility. While debated, the concept has inspired millions worldwide. Roots in New Thought, Hermeticism, and Eastern philosophies. While Rhonda Byrne's film The Secret propelled the law of attraction into blockbuster popularity in 2006, the concept has origins tracing back centuries. Underpinnings of the general premise can be found in Hermeticism, Hinduism, Buddhism, New Thought, and Transcendentalism. Examining these historical foundations provides a contextual backdrop for understanding the evolution of the law of attraction. Hermeticism stems from the writings attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, a mythological Greek figure considered the founder of astrology and alchemy. Core Hermetic texts, called the Corpus Hermeticum, were written circa 100–300 AD and outline occult or esoteric wisdom. Hermeticism holds that the inner world reflects the outer world, that energy and matter are highly connected, and that knowledge and willpower allow one to manipulate this energy toward desired ends. These concepts proved foundational to later New Thought authors in developing the law of attraction. Eastern philosophical traditions also contributed central concepts. Hinduism and Buddhism teach that right thinking and intent have the power to shape one's existence positively or negatively. For instance, Karma exhibits parallels to the law of attraction in that conscious and unconscious thoughts are said to actively design one's circumstances. Meditation and mental mastery are emphasized as pathways toward enlightenment or liberation. In the 19th century, authors like Ralph Waldo Emerson and transcendentalists propagated Eastern-inspired philosophies of spiritual self-reliance, inner divinity, and the ability to ascend beyond physical limits. New thought built upon these concepts, focusing intently on metaphysical principles of health, wealth, and spirituality. New thought authors such as Charles Hunnell, Napoleon Hill, Wallace D. Wattles, and William Walker Atkinson explicitly describe thoughts as connective energies that summon corresponding circumstances. A foundational premise of the law of attraction. Core principles of the law of attraction. While nuances exist across teachings, the law of attraction philosophy centers on several core principles. Thoughts as energy. Thoughts and emotions emit energies that attract matching events and conditions by resonating at the same frequencies. Positive thoughts emit positive energy, attracting positive circumstances. Negative thoughts emit negative energy, attracting unwanted conditions. Like attracts like. The law operates through the principle that like attracts like. Believing yourself to be lucky attracts luck. Expecting illness attracts sickness. Similar to a self-fulfilling prophecy, inner thought patterns shape outer experience. Mental focus. What one focuses mentally and emotionally grows stronger, increasingly dominating the overall vibration sent into the universe. Deliberately focusing on and visualizing desired goals or conditions is said to expedite their manifestation. Ask and you shall receive. Proactively choosing and asking for desired outcomes signals creation forces around what to assemble into your experience, but the asking must stem from genuine belief, not half-hearted wishing. Detachment from outcome. While clearly envisioning goals, remaining detached from how they will materialize allows energy to flow and sync circumstances optimally. Over-attachment to specifics can inhibit manifestation. Gratitude and positivity. Embracing an attitude of gratitude for current blessings and cultivating emotional positivity establishes the optimal, high-frequency energy state from which to create. Negativity, pessimism, and resentment block abundance. These principles delineate how human thoughts, emotions, and intentions are said to actively shape one's subjective reality, rather than materializing randomly or solely through effort and action. Mastering these dynamics enables consciously creating circumstances, relationships, abilities, and more, rather than feeling subjected to external factors outside one's control. Practices for applying the law of attraction. If the law of attraction is valid, adherents contend that deliberately implementing its principles through mental and emotional practices can systematically improve what manifests. Common techniques include creative visualization, vividly imagining desired scenarios as if occurring presently. These mental rehearsals affirm goals and emotions as already achieved. Affirmations, short, positive present tense phrases stated repeatedly to reinforce empowering beliefs. For instance, reiterating "I am financially abundant" programs the subconscious toward that reality. Meditation, quieting the mind's chatter to identify limiting beliefs and foster positivity. This practice also deepens self-awareness and conscious direction of thoughts. Gratitude journaling, maintaining a daily log of things one is grateful for, trains the mind to habitually notice and expect blessings rather than dwell on dissatisfactions. Goal boards, compiling images and phrases representing desired accomplishments and experiences, helps maintain sharp mental focus on these aims. Positive interpretations, reframing situations through a lens of optimism. Setbacks are reinterpreted as temporary blessings that eventually enable something better. These actions strive to systematically retrain mental patterns and habits toward empowering frequencies. Additionally, acts of service, generosity, or compassion are considered potent ways to generate positive energy based on the law's principles. Consistent practice is required to reap the benefits. Critics counter that any results stem from the psychological impacts of positive thinking, not metaphysical attraction forces. Evaluating the evidence for and against. The law of attraction proposition remains highly controversial. Proponents believe its merits are supported by psychology, quantum physics, and the testimonials of those applying the techniques. Critics cite the lack of controlled experiments conclusively validating the concept. While expressing concern, it promotes escapism and entitlement. Examining the evidence for and against the law of attraction philosophy illuminates the debate. Potential evidence supporting the law of attraction. Placebo effect. The well-documented impact of beliefs and expectations on medical treatment outcomes demonstrates the influence of thought patterns on tangible results. This phenomenon exhibits similarities to the mind-over-matter implications of the law of attraction. Quantum physics. Some quantum theories suggest consciousness collapses probability waves of subatomic particles into defined states. While debated, this hints at the potency of consciousness to tangibly structure physical reality. Psychological empowerment. Choosing to adopt an optimistic or pessimistic lens genuinely improves or worsens moods. This control over perspectives exhibits mind influencing external experience. Criticisms and concerns regarding the law of attraction. Lack of scientific testing. No scientific experiments have successfully proven specific thoughts attract corresponding external circumstances. Controlled studies would be needed to separate placebo effects from supposed metaphysical causation. Ignores confounding factors. Life outcomes result from myriad interacting factors not isolated to one's mental patterns. Hard work, resources, opportunities, genetics, and more influence results rather than thoughts alone. Potential for victim blaming. If circumstances stem directly from mental patterns, those experiencing hardship could be unfairly blamed for not using their minds correctly. This ignores complex realities shaping experiences. Defies laws of physics. The law of attraction suggests thoughts have their own gravitational-like pull, but this is unsubstantiated by physics and appears closer to superstitions. The law of attraction in popular culture. Rhonda Byrne's 2006 film and book The Secret catapulted the law of attraction into popular culture in an unprecedented way. The Secret was a global phenomenon, selling over 30 million copies and popularizing a concept that had previously remained obscure outside of New Thought circles. Byrne presented the law of attraction as a natural universal law, akin to gravity that functions whether or not one is aware of it. She explicitly stated, "It's like having the universe as your catalog. You flip through it and say, I'd like to have this experience and I'd like to have that product and I'd like to have a person like that." It is you just placing your order with the universe. The Secret was widely criticized by scientists and skeptics. Physicist Sean Carroll called it wrong at the level of basic physics, of basic cause and effect. Others expressed concern it promoted a self-centered, victim-blaming mentality. However, the simplicity of Byrne's approach also resonated widely, providing seemingly attainable steps for creating the life one desires. The law of attraction remains a prevalent theme in books, films, spirituality, motivation, and business success coaching. Critics argue that many of these materials promote magical thinking without empirical evidence. But proponents believe the law has empowered people to take conscious responsibility for their mental patterns and in turn their lives. Implications for health and wellness. Applied to physical and psychological health, the law of attraction suggests thoughts, beliefs, and emotions exert considerable influence over tangible bodily conditions. This premise inspires practices aimed at harnessing the mind's power to heal. However, detractors argue it overly simplifies complex health dynamics. On the supportive side, mind-body medicine establishes that stress and emotional patterns impact biological functioning, indicating mental states affect health. The placebo response demonstrates expectations shape outcomes. For many, adopting law of attraction principles has subjectively improved mental well-being and motivation. Focusing intently on positive visualizations or affirmations may reinforce healing. However, critics note the lack of proof that specific thoughts prevent or cure diseases. Internal states are just one factor among many, including genetics, nutrition, medical care, exercise, and community. Blaming those who are unwell for not correcting their thinking adds unnecessary guilt. Easy fixes through thought patterns alone rarely address deeply embedded biological conditions. While the metaphysical mechanisms proposed by law of attraction teachers remain debated, practicing positive thinking, stress management, and emotional self-awareness can have therapeutic effects for many individuals. However, one must be wary of any doctrine that discourages necessary medical treatment or implies diseases and disabilities stem from mental inadequacies. Finding an appropriate balance remains key. Business applications of the law of attraction. In the business sphere, the law of attraction gained traction as a tool for manifesting financial success and career opportunities. Consultants and authors present it as a mindset shift that unleashes entrepreneurial power and magnetizes desired results through single-minded belief. Devoted entrepreneurs report applying law of attraction principles to visualize scenarios, attract investors, amplify confidence, and reduce self-limiting doubts. Training programs claim to impart strategies for materializing dream careers and wealth. Skeptics note these testimonials alone lack scientific control. Confirmation bias likely also reinforces seeming validity among devotees. Critically assessing business manifestations tied to law of attraction methods separates potentially helpful concepts from exaggerated claims or magical thinking. There is value in diffusing negative or fearful mental patterns that impede action. Envisioning goals can clarify ambitions. However, hard work, persistence, resources, market conditions, and other tangible factors undoubtedly contribute to business outcomes. Suggesting mental energy alone determines success defies these complex dynamics. As with health applications, prudent analysis must weigh the utility of mindset training and visualization against the potential to promote unrealistic expectations or victim blaming. Reasonable people can disagree on what aspects of law of attraction philosophy have merit in professional development versus veering into pseudoscience. Nuance and evidence remain vital. Ethical implications of the law of attraction. If human thoughts and intentions truly influence external events, this raises ethical questions concerning responsibility for situations impacting others. Law of attraction critics argue the philosophy often emphasizes personal gain without considering broader social repercussions. For instance, relying entirely on positive thoughts to combat diseases ignores factors like genetics and the need for compassionate medical care. Visualizing individual financial gain without concern for economic justice disregards circumstances oppressing others. Critics contend attracting specific lovers disrespects consent and objectifies people. However, law of attraction advocates argue consciously creating positive impacts is equally viable. One may visualize peaceful scenarios, send prayers releasing negative attachments, or affirm humanitarian goals for the world. Supporters believe consorting virtue through thoughts and intentions attracts experiences that uplift all. Overall, the philosophy presents a moral quandary. If mental energy impacts others, consciously creating positive scenarios seems ethical. But believing individual thoughts control another's life experience could engender guilt, victim blaming, entitlement, or detachment from social responsibility. As with all belief systems, nuanced analysis of altruistic application remains vital. Perspectives on the law of attraction from psychology, quantum physics, philosophy, and religion. Experts across diverse fields continue examining and contesting the theoretical legitimacy and empirical evidence for the law of attraction. Perspectives rooted in psychology, quantum physics, philosophy, and religion illuminate the debate. Psychology attributes any personal benefits of the law of attraction to improved outlooks, positive thinking habits, the placebo effect, confirmation bias, or self-empowerment, not external forces attracted through thoughts. However, some schools of psychology and social science examine how mental patterns create self-fulfilling prophecies that unconsciously influence choices in favorable or unfavorable directions. Physicists cite the lack of controlled studies proving mental energy exerts gravitational pull or otherwise measurably controls external events. They consider the law a pseudoscientific distortion of quantum principles. However, some fringe quantum theories speculate that consciousness collapses probability waves, conceivably enabling mind over matter, but supporting proof remains absent. Philosophers perceive law of attraction books and seminars as propagations of new thought ideology repackaged for contemporary mass market appeal. Epistemological analysis reveals logical gaps in conclusions purported to demonstrate thought as primary cause. Ethicists raise additional concerns of social detachment and victim blaming. Theological perspectives vary. Some argue the law's emphasis on material gain conflicts with core religious values like service and compassion. Others contend visualizing desired outcomes conflicts with acceptance of divine will. But proponents suggest the law can be practiced altruistically, and God may have created reality to respond to human thought vibrations. The diversity of intellectual opinions illustrates the complexity underlying this phenomenon. Serious evaluation demands an interdisciplinary analysis sensitive to nuance, evidence, and ethics. The law of attraction presents a fascinating intersection between ancient wisdom and modern thought, challenging us to consider the impact of our inner world on the external. This principle invites us to reflect on the nature of reality, the power of the mind, and the universe's mysteries. What are your thoughts? How does the concept of the law of attraction align with or challenge your personal beliefs about control and destiny? In what ways can the principles of the law of attraction be applied ethically and effectively in our lives? As we conclude our exploration of the law of attraction, we're left with profound questions about the power of our thoughts and the fabric of our reality. What are your experiences with manifestation? Do you believe the universe responds to our vibrational energy? Or is there more to the story? Share your insights, questions, or journeys in the comments below. For more thought-provoking content that challenges the boundaries of reality, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, keep manifesting your destiny, and may the universe align with your highest aspirations. Thank you for watching Top Thangs. References: Byrne Rhonda The Secret, Simon & Schuster 2006, Carol Shawn The Secret, Discover Magazine March 2007, Pagel, Mark, Wired for Culture, Origins of the Human Social Mind, D.W. Norton and Company 2012, Radin, Dean, Entangled Minds, Extrasensory Experiences in a Quantum Reality, Simon & Schuster 2006, Tresoldi, Patrizio E., Distant Mental Interaction Between Humans and Dogs, Human-Animal Interaction Bulletin, Volume 4, No. 3, 2016, pp. 111. Vini, Wayne, et al. Beliefs about God and Mental Health in Buddhists, Baptists, Atheists, and Agnostics. Journal of Religion and Health, Volume 54, 2015, Pub 1288, 1303.